Hey, Pain Trade Nation, what's up, guys? Snow Monkey, what's up? Carter, Harry, Alaska, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I know, I've been MIA. Man, I've been like going through it. I've been hunting hard, and Alaska, you're pretty familiar with some other stuff that came up, and then been helping my buddy on on his place, and then the army was bending me over pretty nicely this past week. So I think we're finally out of it. Stuff got brought up to a colonel, which is, super high and probably didn't have to go that high, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Fishing girl, Alice, what's up, what's up? So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. What is everybody else up to? Thanks for hopping on so quick, guys. Probably gonna try and stick with the practice bow tonight. That way I don't wear myself out. I'm actually gonna make it out hunting tomorrow. We got a day off for Jimmy Carter's death, so I will be mourning him out in the woods. There we go. There we go. What we got here? Use that. Well, happy early birthday, Carter. Wow, that was high. So that arrow's not weighted properly. Or I just suck at shooting, one or the other. And then I'm also miserable because I started my diet. So drinking water tonight, guys. No alcohols. And then I broke my maul that I used for firewood, so then I got a new one. I got a Fiskars, and that thing is phenomenal. So I stacked up, split and stacked that whole thing, and we've been burning through it pretty good. Had the fire going for a while now. It's still heckin' cold in here, but that's okay. Do you feel any older, Carter? That was a little low. I think what I need is some practice from the tree stand, but with how cold it is right now, that's not happening for a while. Horrible. Oh boy. Sawyer, what's up? What's up? There we go. Run it a little bit. And then I don't know if Tony's jumping on tonight, but I doubt it. I think it's his anniversary tonight, so. If I miss, I'm screwed? Nah, I don't miss, buddy. Unless it's on deer, and then I miss half the time. Mason, what's up? Welcome. This is the actual hunting setup. I'm taking this one out tomorrow. She's ready to go. We got a full quiver. Heck yeah. Hopefully we'll see some deers. I wish I could say I was looking forward to going out hunting tomorrow, but I don't know that I am. It's gonna be like a high of, I think, 30 degrees and winds, like wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. So it's gonna be freezing. So I'm not looking forward to that, but it'll be okay. I think I'll probably bring some trail cameras with me and throw them out. Just go for a walk, scout some stuff up when I get cold, you know? No shooting inside. T-Rex, don't tell me what to do. Only the wife can tell me what to do. And she's not home right now, so there you go. That slap my wrist pretty good. Brace height's okay. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. Thanks, Sawyer. Do I have to pin that? I think I'm supposed to pin that if I'm being a good host or whatever you want to call it. I was shooting back a little further before, but how am I so good? I'm not even that good. See, look at that. That would be like a perfect heart shot, but that's not the group I want, you know? Or it'd be in the shoulder. And if you're new to the channel, we do this pretty much every night, and I practice a lot, so. I practice a lot. You are perfect. You guys are stroking my ego tonight. Heck, I love it. Keep going, please. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. Sawyer, appreciate the sub, man. Thank you. Yeah, if you like hunting content, you like hanging out and chatting with us, this is the right place. What am I shooting and what am I doing? So I'm shooting a Black Hunter recurve bow. I am practicing. We do this pretty much every night. And yeah, that's just what I do. So if you're into trad bows, you pretty much have to shoot like every day. Or at least I've found I do a lot better when I shoot every day. So I don't know if this is true, but I was on the traditional page, and they said if you fletch your arrows, so you can see the helix on this, right? You can see, so that's gonna turn the arrow in that direction, right? So if you fletch it the other way, it'll actually keep your field tips from unscrewing based off of like how it goes spinning into the target. I don't know if it's true or not, and I don't have a fletching jig yet, but I'll probably end up getting one at some point. Tony was supposed to get one. I've got like 10 arrows that need refletched, and then they'll be good to go. I mean, that's a good bit of money just sitting around. Just crack the nail. Well, sometimes these Amazon, yeah, sometimes these just suck. But it is what it is. These are about $2 a piece, and they work pretty well, so. You're working on form. Can I show you? Sure, I guess. So the biggest thing with form is just going to be your repetition and then your release, right? And you'll see it a lot in the traditional page, or the traditional world, I guess, Where people like short draw, they rapid fire, you know, they'll go like, I don't know, people do stuff differently. But if you start to look at a lot of the Olympic archers who practice this, you know, their draw length is the same every time, which is super important. Their anchor points are the same. Like for me, I anchor to the corner of the mouth right off my top canine, and then I touch the string to my nose. You know, so that stuff is super important. Missy, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember you. David, welcome back, buddy. How are you doing? You know, and then when you want to pull through your shot, right? So if you watch my hand, it should end up like right behind me. What I struggled a lot with starting out was pulling away from my face. You know, so I'd come and then I'd release off of my face, and that's not what you want to do. You want to pull straight through. Lastly, you want to make sure you're maintaining back tension, right? So the way I was taught was pretend you're closing the refrigerator door. And so if you kind of do that, you know, when you draw back, you're gonna feel it in between, like on your spine or in between your shoulder blades. The hard part is doing all of that at once and, you know, just executing perfectly. And that's why we practice so much. Outdoor magic, I can't hit a beer can. I don't have a beer can. I've got full beer cans, but I'm not gonna shoot one. So for anybody who doesn't know, I'm set to go to Warrant Officer Candidate School here real soon for the Army. And I got to shed, you know, a good 15 pounds. I got to start running. I got a lot of stuff to do, so. Graham, you know, one of the things that really helped me was kind of recording myself. And, you know, it's easy for me because I can go back and watch the lives, but record yourself at different angles. And then, you know, make a conscious effort to lower your arm. And when you do that, you're going to feel your back tighten up more. You know, like if you're really high, like you're gonna feel it more in your shoulder than you are that back tension, you know? So try that. See if it helps. No more lives? Yeah, I know. I've given up alcohol for the time being, guys. So at least for the next several months. If I'm gonna be honest though, I'm not super upset about it. Try it outside at 30 yards. Jamie, I actually was shooting out to 30 yards before I came on the live. So most people don't, like it depends on the night. But during hunting season, I shoot 1 to 5 shots for myself. And then, you know, then I'll go live. Sometimes I go live right away and I'll back up and I'll shoot, but it's 20 degrees out right now, so I'm not doing that. Outside with Shine! Shibe, you should be over here drinking the Miller that's sitting in my fridge. That way it's not tempting me. But I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight. We'll see. That I pulled that one a little bit. Bottle cap. I can try that. I gotta finish my water though. I don't like saying that, but it is what it is. I do like the convenience of those nocks. It is very nice just to be able to turn them off. All right, let's try the hunting bow again. Yeah, I'll try the bottle cap then. I'm shooting at a deer target. Maybe that's not evident. Excuse my little workbench, makeshift workbench that has a 2x4 mounted to it because I'm using that to, I'm making a bow out of that currently. I was doing that. If anybody was on Sunday, that's what I was working on. So, yeah, what the heck is up with all those, or the lack of likes, guys? Come on. There we go. That's in there. Hopefully I can survive the cold and do that tomorrow. So deer, what are you hunting with? Are you hunting with a recurve or a longbow? Right now I'm shooting at about, I don't know, the target's out a little further than normal. I'm shooting at about 9 yards. Not much, but it's good to practice at this. 10. Deer, what are you using? Are you using a recurve or a longbow? Yeah, so it could be like with the longbow, one of the things I struggle with is pulling arrows left. And I haven't uploaded the video yet, but I missed a deer just last week because I was in a really awkward position in the tree, like with my saddle. And with the longbow, I have to bend at the elbow a little bit to keep the string from slapping my wrist. So the result was I ended up extending my arm through the shot and pulled just left of the deer. So luckily it was a clean miss. I've been very fortunate this year. Haven't had any bad shots. So Zane, what's up? What's up? That is a Pontiac G8 GT. And if you want to buy it, bring $5,500 in a trailer. She has failed lifters. And you know, if you get the lifters, I'll just help you replace them on the spot. You can drive away with it. Your bow caused the arrow to explode. That's interesting. Tarmo, I've heard of that happening. I've seen pictures where the arrow will like shatter or part of it, and then the rest will go through your wrist. Not so much with the recurves or trad bows, but with compounds where they're under a lot of pressure, I absolutely have seen that. What brand do I have? So I've got two. Actually, I've got four trad bows. This is the Black Hunter recurve. My hunting bow, which I'll show you guys in a minute here, is a Samick Sage. And we're touching the other arrow. That's good. I don't know what the heck happened with my insert that I ordered. It's supposed to be on the way, but it said delayed for weather or something. I don't know. Somehow I ordered a maul after the fact and got my maul before I got the insert for my ear target. So whatever, what are you gonna do? But anyway, guys, here is my Samick Sage. You can see she is hunting ready for tomorrow, and we're gonna get after it. Rabbit's in here. What's up, Rabbit? How are you doing? I missed your comment, though. So, Rabbit, I might actually be getting some here real soon. Alaska, yeah, pulling left can be due to arm position. So what a lot of people say to do, and I haven't practiced enough with the longbow, which is why I'm not going to continue to hunt with it this year. But a lot of people say if you cant your bow, and I'm not a canter, I don't like doing that. So that's why I said I got to practice it a little bit. But like arm position, like I said, I keep a slight bend in my elbow when I'm shooting my longbow, and a lot of people do. That's how you're supposed to shoot them, because otherwise it slaps your wrist or slaps your arm, right? And then I have a tendency to extend my arm through the shot, which causes me to pull the arrow left. But allegedly, if you cant your bow, then when you kind of push out, you push towards your target instead of away from it, and then it's supposed to help. Jamie, there's actually a full review on our channel, and there's a link to this bow. It's an $80 bow, but it's fantastic. I really think if you're gonna get into traditional archery, guys, start with a cheap bow, upgrade the string, which will cost you about 30 bucks, and get some good quality arrows. I'm a really big fan of the Easton Legacies. I know I've said that a whole bunch. You know, I don't think you can go wrong with them. Learn how to bare shaft tune, because that's super important. You know, like I was asking earlier, because somebody said they keep pulling left to their shots. Well, you might not be doing anything wrong. If you're consistently grouping to the left, you probably have an arrow that's underspined. You know, so there's a lot that goes into it. But once you learn it, it's a relatively simple process and you're good to go. And then you can just start smacking deer like this bow's done this year. Bugs, I think I missed your comment. TJ, I'll check it out after the fact, but generally speaking, your knock on the arrow, like the little green knock here, is just gonna pop out, and you should be able to pop the correct one in, or the new one in. If they don't pop in, or they're loose, then you probably have the wrong size, unfortunately. And you can go with universals, and they come with like little plastic inserts that kind of, or sleeves that go over them. But yeah. And Olympic style recurves are definitely a little different. Generally speaking, with an Olympic style recurve, you are not shooting off the shelf and the riser. You're shooting off a plunger setup, which kind of like folds back as you're shooting. I'm sure you're familiar, but I'm gonna explain it for other people in the chat. Generally speaking, they're drilled on the sides, so that way you can put a sight on there. A lot of times people have the clickers on top, which has a little string which clicks when you hit your draw length. They're just definitely a little different. Generally speaking, they're a metal riser. I don't know if I know of any that are a wooden riser. But yeah, so there's a number of differences, but if you can shoot an Olympic style recurve, I'm sure you can shoot a regular recurve, you know? I pulled that. I plucked the string real bad. Not bad enough to throw my shot off at 9 or 10 yards, but at 20, that might have not been good. Can I shoot the other bow? Yeah, Jamie, I did, but I'll have to grab that arrow. The arrows I have for that are set up for hunting right now, so. But yeah, absolutely I can in a minute or two. Tarmo, thank you, appreciate that. I've worked super hard. Tony has worked super hard. You know, we have both probably put 10,000 shots through our bows in the last 5 to 6 months. So, oh, Rabbit, that's what I wanted to tell you. Or ask you more of a question. So a coworker offered me a rabbit, and I know it's not a New Zealand or a Californian, but it looks like it's a pretty decent size, maybe like 3 or 4 pounds. Should I have any qualms about taking that and eating it? I was gonna like take it and breed it, but I don't think it's worth breeding it. I think I'll probably get some New Zealands and go from there. But I mean, if it's a 3 to 4 pound rabbit, in my head, it's probably plenty of meat for whatever I want to do with it, like a stew or something. You know, I don't know. On my lives, I forgot to turn off my do not disturb. Am I live tomorrow? No, I'll be out hunting tomorrow. I'll be down in Maryland. I won't be back until late, so I apologize. Heck yeah, rabbit, I'm gonna try it. We're back. Hopefully it didn't kill that. Hopefully, and then we'll try shooting a bottle cap here at some point. I'm hoping. I've been hunting some good spots. I'm seeing deer every time I'm down in Maryland, but closing that gap from like 30 to 20 yards sometimes just feels impossible. And that's the struggle of the recurve right there. Not even at 20 yards, it's not a guarantee. If you don't have a good shot angle, you know, if they're quartering 2, I'm not taking that shot. Oh, and if you're having trouble, I don't have trouble with my recurves, but I rotate my wrist downward. I'm sure you probably do that already. There's nothing wrong with wearing a wrist guard. A lot of people do. I know Tony always wears his. And I really have a problem with my longbow. So if you look up like the Howard Hill style of shooting, he kept a bend in his arm, right in his elbow, and it doesn't have to be much, right? So with my recurve, I keep my arm pretty far like locked, but then just putting that much of a bend into it, it might have shortened up my draw length by 1/4 of an inch, but it'll keep that string off your arm. And then you just got to practice with it. Like I was saying earlier, if you put a cant in your bow, if you're shooting like this and then you kind of extend, you're going to be pushing the arrow towards the target. So you should still be on target. Ben, I am shooting the Zwickey Escalites. They are a 2-blade with bleeder setup. I have had absolutely fantastic blood trails with these. How many deer? I took, 2 deer with these, and I took 3 with the VPA 3 blades. I would have a very hard time recommending the VPA 3 blades to somebody because on 2 of those shots, I've gotten pass-throughs and had a horrible blood trail. With the deer I've taken with these setups, I've had no pass-throughs and awesome blood trails. So, Cowboy, what's up? Yeah, oh, and just try and put a little bit of a bend, try and put a little bit of a bend. If you can't do that, then I'm not sure, just wear your wrist guard and go from there. Gavin, I do remember you. How are you doing? I'm doing okay, Gavin. Cowboy, I said hi. What's up, man? How are you doing? Did I miss something? So, you scared Jody. So, that's my issue with the longbows. It slaps my wrist, and sometimes, or it slaps my arm, right? If I keep it locked, like I shoot a recurve. Sometimes it doesn't affect the shot, and sometimes it does, which I just have to practice with it. And like I said, I'll do that in the off season. There's not enough time left in the season. Like, I am very limited. The Army has certain requirements for me that have kind of come up out of nowhere. So I'm very limited on time now. I'm gonna have only a handful of days left to hunt for my season. So I'm gonna do the best I can to get out and just get after it. I did secure my time for Maryland's traditional season, guys. So I believe it is the 3rd, which is a Friday, the 4th, which is a Saturday, Sunday it's closed, and then the 6th. I'm gonna double check before I put anything out. That Friday, I would like to invite everybody to come down to Maryland. We will be at the Woodfire Kitchen for lunch. So if anybody wanted to come hang out, interact, like that would be cool. We'll be there, I don't know, I'll probably put a time like 11 to 1, and I'll put something official out on the Facebook. We'll put up a short, we'll get something locked in stone. I still want to call the business. They're very familiar with us because Tony and I go there all the time. So what day is that? It should be a Friday, or we could do a Saturday. I don't know, we could probably do either. It doesn't matter. I'll talk to you guys and we'll see what works best. But Cindy, I'm sorry. Happy birthday. I apologize. I was trying to respond to other people. Everybody say happy birthday to Cindy in the chat. But yeah, like I said, even if you don't have a Maryland hunting license or something, we're just trying to get a get together going, just something, just lunch. Come out, have some pizza, have some beers, and go from there, So, and then if people do have a Maryland hunting license and they do want to hunt for those last 3 days of the season, that would be super cool. Shibe, we did kind of figure out that situation. Yes, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Oh, Owen, I have about zero desire to shoot. Well, I still like. Let me put it like this: to shoot an air pistol for the Army team. But in general, I would definitely shoot an air pistol. Heck yeah, Bugs. You know you're invited. But my intent with it is to put it out on the traditional archery page because I know there's a bunch of Maryland guys on there and be like, hey guys, like we are going to be at Loch Raven or Pretty Boy Reservoir for the last 3 days. Like, let's get some trad guys out. Let's get some camaraderie going. Let's all hang out. Let's meet up for lunch and just have a great time. And if somebody shoots something, then we'll all be around to help, you know? That is my plan. Now that I know that I am not going to be working for that weekend, we should be okay. So there we go. Alaska. It'll be February. I think it's February 3rd, 4th. The 5th is a Sunday, so there's no hunting, and then the 6th is the last day of Maryland season. Don't worry about that because I already told you I want to get a get together going for the moderators over the summertime where we all do like a lake house and then we do archery games. You know, we get drunk, we do all sorts of crazy stuff. But that'll be a different event. It wouldn't make sense for you to fly in just for, you know, lunch on a Friday. But I'm still working that out. Tony and I have started to kind of look at places, and I think once the season ends here for hunting season, we'll really start to dial in on that. And we'll get that out as soon as we can so you guys can kind of solidify your plans and stuff. But Cindy, why do you keep begging to be a mod? I don't know if I can make you a mod. Cindy, what is your favorite bow? Let's go with that. Yeah, so Owen, like my issue right now is like I'm having issues with a unit that I'm not even in anymore. I don't really want to get too into it. But nevertheless, a previous unit I was in is causing a whole bunch of issues. And they're just like anything just to mess with me, it seems. But it doesn't really matter. I go to warrant officer candidate school here in a couple months, and then I'll be in a completely different unit than the one I'm in now. So, Hoyt? Oh, no, we can't. Cindy, no, we can't have a Hoyt moderator on here. I'm just kidding. Cindy, I just made you a moderator, so there you go. If you start kicking people, then you're going to make Alice mad. And I think she's a managing moderator, so you got to watch out. There's 2 levels in there. And actually, if Alaska's not a managing moderator, I'm going to bump him up too. I'm going to have to do that after the fact, I think. We'll get you worked out, Alaska. I'm going to promote you to managing moderator. Heck yeah, Cindy got a birthday present. There you go. Buried that one. Buried that one. Probably gonna get some more on this bad boy. I'm sorry to hear that, Cindy. I was just joking. I'm actually, if I had to pick between Matthews and Hoyt, I've shot both of them, and I would probably pick a Hoyt. Not that there's that much of a difference, and I used to own a Matthews, but that would probably be my choice too. Alrighty, Carter, we'll catch you next time, man. Thanks for stopping in. So Ben, I gotta ask, who is better at Black Ops? You or your wife? Yeah, Back Mountain, welcome. I don't know if I missed you in the chat earlier or not. Yeah, the Hoyts are fantastic. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with them. That being said, Matthews makes a great bow too. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. I think it's just preference. Oh, Ben, I completely forgot about that because I had stuff that I wanted to send to you and TJ. I completely forgot about that. I'll do that after this live. You wonder why that tire is flat. We shot it on a live. Rabbit was drinking excessively, and he sent us quite the donation, and that was the request, so we did it. Rabbit, do you like how I threw you under the bus for that? No, we did actually shoot it, and the arrow did a complete 180 and came back. It almost hit me in the leg. It was awesome. Is my arrow a 500 for hunting? I'm guessing you mean spine. No, I shoot 400 spines in this bow, and then in my longbow, which is 48 pounds, I'm shooting 340s. But a lot of that is going to depend on how much weight you're running. Unfortunately, for me, I overdraw quite a bit. I'm drawing 31 inches, so it's, you know, even with, that's a 35-pound bow. But for me, it's realistically a 43-pound bow. Hang on, had to take care of that. Moderators. I'm just messing with you guys. But yeah, so like I think Tony shoots a 500 spine, but like with a lot of bows, you could probably go with either. It just depends on how much weight you're running up front because that you know, weakens the arrow. Rabbit, don't threaten me with a good time. I'll do it. We'll get wild out here. I'm not scared. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good. I thought I was off, but I wasn't. Those arrows are touching. You usually fish for fish when you're fishing. That is true. I usually hunt while I'm hunting. That wasn't a good one. You know, I'm not even gonna attempt that. Hell yeah, Ben. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Everybody who's on here, go like and follow Ben. Go subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. How was deer hunting? I didn't go out much this week at all. I only went out one day, and by the time I got in the tree, the wind had changed. I knew I was in a horrible spot, but it was already 4 o'clock, and I really couldn't move with an hour left. So, King, what's up, what's up? Cindy has a joke. Joe Mama, it is a G8. G8 GT to be specific. I'm stuck drinking water. How long have I been shooting bow? So I've only been hunting for 3 years now. I started with the compound, so I did that for the last 2 seasons. I took 10 deer with that. And then last year, I was like, you know what? I want something, not necessarily something more challenging. It feels so good to shoot a trad bow. and I just wanted to try something new. So I started down that road. I wouldn't say I got super serious about shooting it until about July timeframe, early July, and then I started shooting every night, and I was like, all right, like we're taking a deer, you know. And then not even a month later, August, it was mid-July, because August 1st or August 2nd is when I took my first deer with it. So Joe, you can. I mean, it's nothing special. I got stuff in the way, so you can kind of see it. She's nothing special. She's got a lifter that's failed because, you know, that's just the way it goes. But I appreciate the heads up on that, moderators. Let's take age out of there. Alaska, thank you for texting me. Yeah, guys, excuse me. No names in the chat, please. I'm sorry, no age in the chat, excuse me. Yeah, we don't need none of that nonsense going on here, because, you know, Tony and I, we both have kids, and we would be more than happy to hunt something other than deer. So don't put us in that scenario. Oh, what did I do there? What did I do there? Rabbits laying down the law. Cooper, what's up? What's up? How are you doing? Why did you change your name then, King? I'm calling you King now. Cindy, that's absolutely not what I said. I just said Tony and I would, how do I put this delicately on a live? I just said Tony and I would be hunting somebody else if we found out about a situation like that. Because we both have kids, and that would hit pretty close to home. Better buy it before you get it. Alrighty, TJ. Heck yeah. You know, I think some of the stuff we talked about was like some form of beer pong with like arrows. So like, yeah, obviously you have a target, if somebody hits it, then the other team drinks. Like, we're gonna have some fun. I would really like to get the arrows that you can launch at each other too, because they got like the soft blunt tips on them. We could get crazy with this. Start getting wild. King, you mean like $4,000 from one short on here? Those 3 arrows are solidly grouped. Well, King, so I can tell you, the one video I have is up over 3 million views, and I've made about 40, 50 bucks off of it. So you would need a substantial amount of views on a short. Now, YouTube did just launch the 3-minute shorts, and those are paid out more like a long form. So on a 3-minute short, yeah, I could see it happening. But on a regular 60-second or less short, nah, I don't think you're gonna. Look, I don't know. I'm not trying to discourage you at all. I'm just saying, like, yeah, like you're gonna need a lot of views. Probably more than 60 million is what you're gonna need. I mean, well, maybe not. I don't know. You have to math that out. What'd I say? I said like $50, and I had 3 million. So math that out. And please don't take any of that the wrong way. I would encourage anybody to start a YouTube channel. You know, you got to be super consistent and you got to want it. But I think Tony and I are good examples of success, at least on for a smaller channel. You know, we've taken nothing, and then in 6 months we've turned it into some form of income. You know, what do I burn in my wood stove? Hardwoods normally. I like to start the fire with pine. So I'll have, you know, maybe 1 log of pine that I'll cut up into kindling, and then I start kindling with the hardwood on top of it. And then even if that kindling from the hardwood's like a little like damp because of the air, whatever the case is, like that pine burns fast and hot and it gets it going. So heck yeah. Thanks, Rabbit. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. You're the best. And I hope you have a great night, but thank you for hopping on. But so like that right there, guys, you know, like Rabbit, Alaska, TJ, anybody who's donated, there's a lot of them in the chat right now. Like that's where a good portion of our revenue comes from on YouTube. Like we don't make a lot of money with it, at least not right now. But we have plans to start doing some other stuff. You know, YouTube's kind of a good starting point, and then you can transition into other stuff. You know, whatever that may be. If you can build a community, like outside of Shibe was on here for a while, right? And he's done a great job of building a community that follows his long form videos. You can make a pretty good chunk of change off of YouTube. If you're like me and Tony, and most of your community is based off of lives and based off of shorts and that kind of stuff, like it's really difficult to make any sort of substantial money off that. Now that being said, like we do have a lot of views that do pretty good, or a lot of shorts that do pretty good, and that's where, you know, probably the second half of our income comes from. So. Are taxes a pain in the butt? Not really, Owen. So when you monetize, like you have to set up all of your tax stuff. If you're not in a partnership, it's pretty easy. It's just going to be reported as extra income for you personally. If you are in a partnership like me and Tony, well, then you need an LLC and a partnership agreement. Like you need a lot of stuff set up. So in that case, yeah, it was kind of a pain in the butt for us, but now that we're set up, it's pretty easy. It's not that bad. And if you get to that point, like it's really not that bad, you know, because you made it. If you look at the math, or if you crunch the numbers off of Google, I mean, it's pretty public information. Only 1/4% of YouTube's will ever monetize. So if you hit that point, like give yourself a pat on the back because you did something incredible. What am I shooting? William, I got the Black Hunter recurve right here. I also have my Samick Sage, which you'll see me shooting in a minute. Prime, welcome back. How are you doing? Uh-oh, don't mess with Ben. I fully support Ben banning you if he deems it necessary. So, Prime, I'm doing all right, you know. Back in the garage shooting. It's been a while since I've done this, so, you know, happy to be here. And then this is my hunting bow. This is my Samick Sage. It's 35 pounds. I draw about 43 with it. So draw length is really just whatever your personal draw length is. I draw 31 inches. I can draw 32 inches. I don't like to do that because then when I'm in a weird situation in the saddle, I have a tendency to short draw. And then like I did that earlier in the season, I shot right under a deer and I was like, all right, well, I'm cutting all my arrows to 31 inches. Prime, I did actually, this is another reason I'll recommend the Zwicky broadheads. I took a 30-yard shot and hit just above my target. I don't know why I did that like into the garage. I was just being silly, but I hit just above the target and that Zwicky went straight into the cinder block, like straight into the cinder block. It was awesome. That arrow is shooting really high. I don't know why. Should be about the same weight. My hunting arrows are set, like my tip one is, I want to say 22 yards. So, I mean, it should be a little high, a couple inches, not much though. Am I live on your anniversary? Yeah, what are you going to do about it, Tony? Why are you live when it's your anniversary, you weirdo? Look, I know Tiff and she might kill you. If I don't see Tony out in the woods tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. Is he still under SGLI? I don't know. Tony, I don't think he... Tony, do you still have SGLI? I know they offered to you as a federal technician, but on the military side, I don't know if you are or not. I don't know much about it. I think you can continue it for like, what, 20 years after? Something like that? You just got to pay more? I don't know. Let's shoot this thing again. Get this dialed in, and then I'm gonna shut it down here. I've been on for almost an hour. Yeah, I'm just hitting really high because I had to aim under. But anyway, I appreciate everybody hopping on tonight. I think we had a pretty rockin' chat tonight. I mean, the chat was moving. I apologize if I missed anything. But you guys know you can always hit us up on Facebook. You can shoot us an email on here. Whatever the case is, you know, you can reach out and we will definitely get back to you. So thank you so much, guys. Cindy, happy birthday. You know, thank you again, everybody. I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys